Hello everyone. So today we will be understanding about creating a GUI, a good GUI for your app. So to understand how to create a good user interface and a good GUI for your apps or anything, we have to first understand about XML. XML stands for Extended Markup Language. And basically what you can do with XML is you can perfectly design, add buttons, and you can style your application in whatever way you like so that it is convenient for the user and it is convenient for the developer, and it should look good. So that is one of the most important things for your interface, and basically it should be excellent. So what you can do here is, on the right side, if you can see, I have my app, my prototype, which I'm gonna demonstrate to you, and then we are gonna focus on the XML codes. So what you can see is on your left side I have a small menu, and which consists of the dashboard, stats, income, expense, account, logout button, etc. And then you have something called as your income, and then you have expense, and then you have a small overview of your income and expense without any detail. So basically in your buttons you have, you can just add your income or you can add your expense. All of this is made by a good user interface design. So whatever you can see here, like I have added a salary of 1,000 rupees, and I have a small expense of 10 rupees, which I used for buying chocolate. So now if I want to add another expense, what I can do is, I want to add another 20 rupees. So not big stingy, and then you can just add it for a small, you can use it for a battery. Okay, so then I'm just gonna put battery, and then I'm just gonna save. So what happens is, this button, whatever I have added right now, goes up and adds to the expense. So there is a counter which is counting all the value of your expense, and if even if you add an income, you can see the reflection here. So you have many kinds of buttons here, add button, minus button, etc. And then you can you have the graph, and then you have the account statement of the income and the expenses. So basically, if you want, I can show you the graph. So this is all made using user interface design. So now let's understand the code and the XML part of how I designed this small prototype. So as you can see, firstly what I have done here is, the first page which I have written is activity home.xml. So what we can see here is the whole XML code, which has the layout width which is matching the parent, and then you have the layout, and then you have the context, how it is connected to the backend. So then you have the width again, about this app bar, which is matching the parent obviously. And then you have how you have something called as layout width, which is for the width of your page. And then you have something called as your Android ID, which is connecting to your backend. And then you have many buttons, or if you really want to see the design, obviously you can see the design here. Whatever you want to do, you can just go and alter this, or you can just look at the basic prototype. This is just a static image of your prototype. You can just edit here. You can just look at how your app is gonna look in after deployment, or after emulating it on your devices. So basically you have everything. So then if you come to this activity main.xml, so I have designed this page for the login and logout part. You have everything. So you have a text view which consists of this, the welcome back option, and then you have something called as edit text, which has this email content. We have hints here which are used. Hint is just gonna make your it's just gonna give a hint to what you can add inside the text field. And then you have something called as password, obviously for the login page. And then you have a button. So what this button does is, this button has an Android ID of button login, btn_login. So this is all connected to your backend, and this prototype is also made using Firebase for the backend stuff. so I'm just not going to focus on that. So then you have, again, you have the text field which has the forget password, and then you have if you don't have an account, please sign in, which is gonna redirect you to some other place. Okay, so like this, I mean, this is how the app actually starts with, I mean, this is how your app actually starts. And then, you know, you have the linear layout, which is, you know, just gonna match with the parent. So this is how it's gonna look in the design. And then you have something called as activity registration. Okay, so obviously, as I told you, you know, as soon as you click, if you don't have an account, this page comes in. And if you want to look at the code, you have the text view, edit text, and in this edit text you have I mean, after the edit text you have the button, and then you have the text field for already have an account, and so on. So, you know, if you want to reset the password, if you don't know the password, again, we have made a page for that. So yeah, so for resetting the password, you have the registered email, and then the OTP is going to connect. That is all about the backend, so we are just not going to focus on that. And then you have the splash screen. So as soon as you open the app, I mean, you know, as soon as you open the app should show the logo. I mean, I'm just gonna show it using a real-time example. So 1 minute. Okay, so as soon as you click this part, okay, the exact part is here. You know, this is called as the splash screen. So which comes first? I mean, you know, as soon as you open any app, whatever functions is going on, if it is loading or no, I mean, when your app is loading, this splash screen is seen. So you have the app bar. I mean, you know, it's all about the basic part of whatever is here. You know, you have the XML code for that if you want. And then, you know, there's a simple XML code. You know, you have I mean, some part of the backend, and, you know, some coloring, and then, you know, dashboard. You have few buttons here. I mean, not buttons, you know, you have the view functions here, which you I mean, you know, we call it as widgets. Okay, so then you have something called as content mail. So in this content mail, you know, whatever content is inside, you can just notice that. And the insert data. Okay, so whenever you're inserting any data, as I showed here, if you want to add the income, you know, you can see this. So this is actually wrapped into the main page. Okay, so into the content main. So whatever is here, and then we have created a good function for this. And then you have the expense dashboard. So in this expense dashboard, now this part comes. Okay, I'm just going to cancel this. See, the type, amount, and, you know, the date is going to be showing here. So this part has another XML code. If you want, you can see you have the text view, you have the 3 types of text views, and then, you know, this is how you're going to be aligning it. You know, you're using gravity, I mean, center push and all. So then you have something called as dashboard income. For the income and the expense, everything is different. Okay, so basically, my bad, you know, this one is for the expense. So this is how it actually looks. Both are the same thing. So for the income, you have the same thing. You know, you have the type, amount, and the date, which is showed. Expense recycler data. Okay, so whatever is here. Okay, this part. Okay, I'm sorry about the expense. Yeah, so you have this part which is actually showed here. So this is a small kind of database or an account statement in finance words. Okay, so then you have something called as fragment account. You know, I mean, about your account, and then you have a small dashboard. So whatever is here, so this is the dashboard. And then, you know, whatever things you add to item 0, it will I mean, you know, it opens a box like this, and it is directly connected. You can just see this. The code is written. You have a relative layout. What a relative layout does is it adds to XML codes to show on one another. So this is how it works. And then you have the expense again. I'm just not going to focus on that. You know, we have something called as navigator header. Okay, so this is all about the header part. Okay, so we are making it differently, because, you know, even if you want to do any kind of extra designs, you can just go to this this header page, and then you can directly design it. So you have update data item. You have these 2 types of buttons which we saw during the expense adding, or, you know, the expense deletion. So you know, you have I'm just gonna zoom it. So you have amount, enter. If you want, you can update it, or, you know, if you want, you can delete it. So this is how it works. And then you have the menu bar, the bottom menu, everything. So, you know, So this is how everything works, the dashboard, the navigation button and all. So we have a basic values.xml, which is actually used for firebasing stuff. So that is all about the backend. And then all of this Gradle is built. So this is how your app actually works. And then you have the drawables. So drawable has all the resources. Okay, so the images you can see just next to the emulator. And then you have launcher background. So as soon as you launch the app, you have this button. And then you have the foreground, you have the splash screen. So this is how everything works. And basically this is the Java code which is being showed here. But this is all about the user interface design. So the main focus on design should be making the design efficient, and it should be it should never cause frustration to the user. Okay, so like it should be so minimalistic, and it should be very easy to understand. So this is how everything is made, and we have showed you a small prototype. Thank you.